add you to the screen. How's everybody doing? We're going to start this live off in about 15 minutes, but I figure I'd get on here a little early and let people know what's going on. I figure I'll let everybody know what's going on because I know a lot of people was looking for me yesterday. So we'll give a chance for people to get on. We're going to give a chance for people to get on. My man Mission Fly is up next to bat. I know he's ready to go. But we're going to give a chance to get people on. What's up? What's up, D Brooks? What's happening? Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Let me know, let me know, let me know. Queen B, how you doing, Queen B? I haven't seen you in a minute. Hear me loud and clear? Okay, D Brooks giving the thumbs up. Gonna wait till a few more people get in. Wait till a few more people get in. And then we're gonna go ahead and get started. Outcast, what's happening? What's happening, Outcast? What's happening? I know, Tanisha, you gave me the eyes. I told you what time I was going to start, but I'm starting just a little early because of some stuff I want to say first before we bring the guest of honor on. Because I've been so excited about this interview today. It's been an exciting day. For those that didn't know, the Chiefs parade was today. So I was at that for a minute. I got that footage coming up. I got to edit a few things out of it, and it's coming up, and I'm going to post it. For those that want to, go ahead and support your man and watch it. So definitely had a good time at that today. Something crazy happened today, which was so crazy, and I'm glad it didn't happen where I was at. That's another thing I'm happy. I'm happy it did not happen where I was at. So definitely was crazy that happened like that, but glad it just didn't. Glad they was able to cease it and whatnot before it got out of hand and crazy. They was able to just stop it. And what I'm talking about is, what up, Mean Gene? What up, G family? What up, Mr. John? Somebody ran through the barricade today, not where I was standing, but where some other people were, and they got wind of that was happening. The person was going 60 miles an hour, ran to the barricade. But before they got to the barricade, they put down the things to flatten the tires. They put down those spikes. And it flattened the tires right before they hit through the barricade, and they was able to pin them over and cease that quick. I'm like, man, some crazy people. That happened. I seen a video of a man falling out of a tree, which was so crazy. And man, but that was just the bad. We ain't gonna talk no more about the bad, but about the good. Had a good time. The city showed up. Everybody was happy. Everybody was content, and it was definitely great. It was definitely great. And the craziest thing about it is, it's been a long time coming. And I'm so happy that they won. So happy that, the city showed up. It was probably they're still counting. They haven't put an official count, but I know it was over 1 million. The last I checked was like 1.3, 1.4 million people that was out there. And I got that out there early enough where I had a good spot, and I was able to stand up on something high and get footage. So the tree thing was kind of funny. Oh, Outcast, you saw it? I didn't know if you saw it. That video surfaces around now. But what about OC? But now that people are getting in here, I want to talk about what happened yesterday. Yesterday, I was about to start the live with Murph and the Phone King yesterday. And right when I hit the button to go live, somebody was trying to hack into my account. Go figure. So as they tried to hack into my account, they didn't get in, but they tried it for YouTube. You try at least 10 times trying to get in your account. And they just basically put the account on hold. So it was on hold, and I didn't get no notification of it. The whole live just freezed. So I was able to, lucky, I know somebody that works for YouTube. So I was able to hit them up and whatnot, and able to also hit up YouTube at the same time to put in a ticket for it. They was able to find out what was going on. This is before I even knew what was going on at the time. And right when I found out what was going on, I was like, oh, man, wow, somebody trying to hack me. I said, I guess I'm doing great things. People don't want to see me be great. People don't want to see things happen. And it happens all the time. Yo, what up, Anonymous? What's happening? People don't like to see you be great. People don't like to see things happen. It's okay. It's okay. We got on past that. My channel came back in last night after I did my live. I actually did do my live. I just switched it to IG, did it on there, recorded. I'm actually going to post that video. And I'm also going to have the Phone King Murph come back on here, and we're going to redo some things over. It's going to be like a part 2. It probably won't be an hour, probably like 30, 40 minutes, but it's gonna be a part 2. We're gonna squeeze them in and schedule in. Johnny said I got hacked once by crazy ex. She got in my Gmail and Facebook, and I have 2-factor and 3-factor security settings on my account. Yeah, and that's what I have. I have that, and they couldn't get past that. They couldn't get past that at all. I mean, I'm an IT. They couldn't get past that at all through YouTube, and I used encrypted passwords. Period. And I got all them failed attempts, they just basically put it on hold and shut it down until they can find me. And I reached out to a handful of people, Loco being one of them, LS and a few others, let them know, like, look, I'm going to IG with it. But off that, we're not going to talk about that no more. I'm glad that's done. Glad that's over with. We back to it. I'm back to my same self because I was really scratching my head trying to find what's going on because I didn't get no notifications at the time. And by the time I did get a notification, they were already on it fixing it. And next thing you know, it was fixed. So we back again. I did a quick live this morning just to leave up for this morning, showing, letting people know, for people that hadn't seen it, hadn't understood what's happening. I know you saw it because he was on it. And man, just let people know that, the grind don't stop. Grind don't stop. I'm out here. I'm going to make things happen. That did nothing but just add more fuel to the fire. And I'm gonna keep it moving. We're gonna do it like that. But as everybody come in, Mission Fly, what's happening? You up next to back. I'm going to bring you in. I already saw you down at the bottom. I'm going to bring you on in. So with that being said, hopefully everybody had a good day today. I know I had a great day today. And we're going to go ahead and get this thing rolling. Because I've been excited today to do this whole interview. I was excited, especially that my channel came back like it was supposed to. I wanted to just go ahead and do this and get it kicked off and keep it going. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and welcome to the stage. We're going to go ahead and kick it on off. Because like everybody's about on. What up, Real T-Mo? What up, what up? First, we're going to start with an announcement. Hopefully everybody got a chance to check out. I dropped the IG promo on IG for my guest that's going to be on Monday, which is 78 Chevy Boy. He's going to be on Monday. So I want to drop the promo for that. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's on my IG page. It's definitely something I put together. It's fly. He loved it. Once I knew he loved it, I put it out there. I know Real T-Mo already got a chance to see it because he was the first one to respond back. But for those that haven't seen it, go ahead. Go ahead and check it out. So definitely. Okay. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and kick this thing off. Everybody's up in here. Appreciate you for smashing that like. Let's go ahead and get to it. I'm going to go ahead and welcome to the stage. Welcome to In the Building. This is a dude that I've been watching for a minute, do his thing. Won first place as singer for one of the baddest raps on the Challenger. And man, I couldn't wait to get him on here because I wanted to talk to him. And get him up on here and get his thoughts on a lot of things. So I'm gonna welcome to the building. Welcome Mission Fly to the building, y'all.
What up? What up? Bad man, I take bad up.
What up? And for those that don't know, another thing that gravitated me to him, he's Jamaican. He's from Jamaica. And I was like, I'm from Southside Jamaica, Queens, and I spent a lot of time going back and forth to Jamaica. Love Jamaica to death. Ocho Rios, Montego Bay.
I'm from actually.
Huh?
That's where I was born in St. Anne, which is the Ocho Rios area.
Yeah, that's in Ocho Rios. Yeah, when I saw that,
I went to primary school.
When I saw that, I was like, what? I said, man, I definitely got to get him on because I enjoyed a lot of times there and I want to go back. I even put matter of fact, I got a video on my channel that's combined with a few times I went to Ocho Rios. Everybody think it's one time. No, it's a few times I went and I stayed at the Jewel.
Okay. Where?
I stayed at the Jewel, Dunn River.
Okay, I stayed my parents, we have our house there, but we just sold it. But when I went the last time, I took my fam down. We stayed at the Ryu.
I stayed there too.
Yeah.
Stayed there too at the Ryu. Stayed at the Ryu there. Sunset Jamaica, stayed there.
They got Sandals.
Yes, stayed at Sandals. I was there for a wedding at Sandals.
Okay.
And while I was at Sandals, I was passing the Jewel. I told the bus driver, you can let me out at the Jewel. And everybody that was on there was so many people on the bus with us that was part of the wedding party. They never been to Jamaica before. So they would just follow along with us. And I was telling them, look, when we landed, while we in Montego Bay, now we got through security and whatnot, we got through customs. I said, it's a 2-hour ride. It's going to stop in the middle so we can get something to eat, go to
They got
gift shop and whatnot.
they got the jerk center right, like halfway between.
Yeah, and that's where we always stop. They always stop us
Yeah.
at the jerk center. So, you know, they were like, man, they were just so happy. And they was like, asking me and my wife, like, where did y'all stay? And I was like, we're going to pass everywhere we stayed. And we just started pointing. That one, this one. I said, bus driver, when you get up to the Jewel, you can go ahead and stop, drop me off. He just died laughing. He said, that's not where you're going. You're going to Sandals. I said, I know, but you can drop me off right here. The Jewel. But definitely had great times there. And that's like my home away from home. It got to the point, one of the times I went, the guy that was basically on top, he was on top because we was on the double-decker bus at one point, and then switched to a regular bus. He called me a Jamaican. He said, you come here so much, your new name, you're a Jamaican now. I said, you're a Jamaican American, but you come here so much, and people love you. And they did. They loved me there. I was filming a lot. I know when I go back, I'm going to film even more and put it up on the channel. But I know everybody that come on here to hear about Jamaica. A lot of people, man, I put out questionnaires.
Right.
And when I put them out, it's on IG, TikTok, and another thing that I deal with. And I got flooded with so many questions. I always do. Right. So what I do is I take a few questions out of it. And the questions I take out of it, I say, you know, these are questions I'm going to ask, as well as questions that I got for myself.
Right.
But one of the biggest questions that was asked to me was, how did he come up with the concept for this rap?
Yeah, man, that's kind of easy. So for everybody who don't know, I've been in the Air Force for 20 years now, getting ready to retire this year. So I'm a flight engineer, so I fly on the 130s. So the rap that everybody see right now is actually the second version. The first version was I rapped it like the Tuskegee Airmen, P-51.
I've seen that.
So that was like a tribute homage to the African American flyers that paved the way for me to fly, and I was like, you know, that's what I wanted to do. So I went with it that way, and then I had that rap for like a year. Then I took it back. I was bringing it back down to Miami to get some touch-up work done on it, and then the owner was like, "Hey, you ever thought about changing it?" I was like, "Nah, I kind of like it. You know, I don't know if I want to change it, but if I was to change it, I'd change it to the way I would want it to be if I was flying back then, because the nose art and stuff like that on the airplanes back then, you chose what went on there. So like a lot of people had like, they call them pinups. So a lot of them was like either their girlfriends or their wives, and it's the pinups. So I was like, you know what? This the color. I chose the color scheme. So 77 is the year I was born. The airplane number is like my wife's birthday. Got my name on the door, and my co-pilots are my kids. So that's how I came up with that rap, right? That idea like that. And then Metro Raps in Miami, they, executed it. So that car is actually rapped twice.
Man,
it's
shout out to Metro Raps. I know the place. I've actually been there. A buddy of mine's Street Glide, they wrapped it for him.
Okay.
He took all his parts there, and I helped him put it back together and whatnot. And shout out to them. I know exactly who they are.
Yeah, so the car is wrapped twice. It's completely wrapped in chrome first, and then it's overlaid with the graphics over the chrome. So that's what gave it that, that look. So like my door jambs are wrapped, my trunk is wrapped, the engine bay is wrapped, everything. So like a lot of people can't tell what the original color of the car is unless I kind of like tell them or show them certain areas.
Wow. And another question, which one of my questions, I hit you with that message. I said, we're going to talk about this. And somebody hit, and I like 5 or 6 people hit me with that message. And they were saying, okay, we seen the video you put out. Are you taking the wrap off? They were just kind of confused on what you was doing. And I said, you know what? He already won the prize. He's probably upgrade doing something a little different.
Yeah, so I won for 2018 a rap. It entered, it's called Rap Like a King. It's across the entire world. So that was part of the premise of with the re-rap. So the guy was like, hey, we should own a Metro Rap's like, we should enter for this. And I was like, we can. I don't think it'll win. But then, we won like regional, then we won the Southeast, and then we won North America, and then all the continent winners goes to SEMA, and then they'll decide who won the best rap in the world at that point. And that's when I won for 2018 best rap in the world by Aver Dennison. So they make rap 3M, and all the people who vote on it are like in the rap industry, that they create rap or they're actually like big in the rap game themselves, not as rap, but
not in the music. You mean rap with a W, not
rap
just
with a W.
The W, folks. I want y'all to get confused out here.
So they won again, actually back to back this year. So I had to leave it on for a year as as the reigning king. So another Metro Raps car won. So I was like, okay, it's time to change it up now. So it's changed. This one is. I don't want to give it away, but I think this one is gonna be. I don't know.
Please do not give it away. It's just when I saw it, I thought about it for a minute. And I was like, I know what he's doing. But then I had people ask me, what is he doing? What's he doing? I didn't want to answer it for him. I told them this: tune in. And I know one of the people that can't tune in, he always catch the replays because he's worked second shift. So
okay.
I want to make sure I answered that question. So when he gets to watch it after he gets off tonight, he'll be able to say, okay, New York answered the question I need to ask that I put up there. And I told him that was one of my questions, but I already kind of knew what was going on. And man, like I said, shout out to Metro Raps, man. Man,
they're killing it.
It's to the point where, and I don't know, I think, and I was waiting for somebody to get back with me. I think Metro Raps had a hand in, I don't know if you saw it, the Super Bowl rap dunk for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I think somebody hit me up on the gram and was like, hey, you might want to talk to this person because they work for Metro, and I think they had a hand in this.
Okay.
And they sent me a sneak clip right after it got done before the Super Bowl. I was like, yo, that is fire.
So Metro Raps do all the sign work, all the rap for the Dolphins and the Heat. So anything rap wise they rap the whole building for when they had that, my cousin down here. What was that? They played the soccer thing. So they do that. They do the US Open. They rap car, like Nike reach out to them and they do cars for Nike, and they also rap like displays, and then Nike pay them to bring it out to wherever they at, and then they put it together and wrap it. They also exclusively rap for a bunch of celebrities and stuff like that. So they actually, like, they came to my house and will wrap certain parts. They'll wrap your car at your house.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mobile service. Oh, also one of the other questions, well, it wasn't a question, it was a statement. My boy Dewan Brooks put it up there. Yo, what up, Loco? What up, everybody coming in? What up, Dre? What up, Danny? They said, thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you. You guys are welcome. You guys are welcome, man.
And matter of fact, I know my niece will probably watch this. She's stationed in Japan. She just joined in.
That's one of my favorite places to be. I wanted to be stationed there, but because it's an island, so with my wife, she have like certain medical condition, they won't accept you into the island because for medical care. But that's a great place to be stationed, is in Japan.
Gotcha. Yeah, she said, I'm not in that nice area where everything's at. I'm out in the middle of nowhere. I was like,
what branch is she in?
Man, don't even ask me. I don't even know.
She might be in the mountains. The one, it's called Misawa. It's
yes, that's where she's at. Yeah, I remember now. That's where she's at. And she's like, it's in the middle of nowhere.
And it's cold
here. I know right now. Let's see. It's 6:49 here. She's 14 hours ahead. So 7, 8, 9. So yeah, she's probably at work right now. She's probably at work, but I know she'll end up catching it because I'll send her the link and whatnot. I know she'll end up catching it. But yeah, definitely. A lot of people say shout out to the vets. I don't know if you can see all the comments on the side.
I'm on my phone, so every time I look down, I'm just looking at the thing. I'm just trying to focus and not look down. But I've been doing somebody else asked me a whole bunch of questions, and they all were great questions. They were like, what made him go with a Challenger versus anything else, and also, which Challenger is it? Is it the RT? Is it the straight 8? Is it the 392? They were kind of confused of trying to catch up, and they was like, well, I'm fairly new, and I'm thinking about getting one and doing a rap as well. Okay. And that was kind of their questions of which one you had, so they kind of have an idea what they want to go with, because they're kind of cross between the RT, the straight 8, and the 392. They said, well, I already know I can't afford the Red Eye or the Demon, so I'm looking at those. So actually, it's a funny story, right? It's a 2015 Hellcat that I bought in 2015. So
oh wow.
And I'll just explain. So when the commercials first was coming out, There's like, oh, the Hellcat. And I looked at my wife and I was like, yes, I'm gonna get a Hellcat. It was like the biggest, it was like the big running joke for a while because I knew right off the bat that they were gonna be marked up and I wouldn't be able to afford it, right? So I was like, oh, the Hellcat. And so I was gone for 9 months for training. So I was gone from them for 9 months. So I saved up a bunch of money that way, and then I was actually getting ready to deploy, and it was around Thanksgiving time, and I couldn't take leave because I had to stay because I was getting ready to go. But my family went, the wife and kids went home for Thanksgiving, so I was there, and I just went to the dealership, and there was one on the showroom floor. I was like, oh, it's a Hellcat, and it's a manual. And they had $15,000 markup on them because I got them when they first came out. So I was like, I looked at it and the guy was like, you want it? I was like, nah, I don't want it, man. I can't afford that, especially with $15,000 markup. So he go back, he was like, you know what? What if we take the $15,000 markup off? Would you get it? So originally, when I pitched the idea to my wife, I pitched it that I was going to get the Charger because it had 4 doors, and at the time I only had my one car. I had a WRX that I traded in, and so she was away, and I was like, "Hey, there's one here. They said I could get it. Should I get it?" She was like, "Yeah, go ahead and get it." So I bought it. The reason I went with the Challenger is because actually somebody ordered it and they never picked it up, and it was on the showroom floor, and it's just by chance or luck that I was able to get it, and they took the money off, but. It's a 2015 and I bought it the year they came out. So it was, so at that time it was a big deal. So after I bought it, I was getting ready to deploy. So I was like, you know what? I want to start a YouTube channel. So I started a YouTube channel. I was getting good traction because I was doing like exhaust the lead. I changed out the stuff because I do a lot of stuff myself. And then I deployed. So usually, that kind of kills everything. So like because I'm part of special operations, so we usually go, places that we shouldn't be. So a lot of stuff, you shut off all communication, all social media, everything. Sometimes you're like, hey, I tell the wife, hey, you probably won't hear from me for about 2-3 weeks. When I come back, I'll hit you up. And she's like, okay. So that's how I ended up with it. It's a Hellcat.
With the Challenger version, okay.
Yeah, but it was just opportunity and the right time. I really wanted a Charger, but I was like, they took it off, and I was like, I told her, even to this day, she'll tell me, she's like, I thought you were getting a Charger. Because the 4-door aspect of it. And it is a manual.
And there's a manual. Man, well, you know what? Hopefully that answers that guy's question. I know he was kind of figuring out what to go with. And he said, I wasn't going with anything new. He said, I looked at the 2020s, but I'm reading some of his stuff. He said, I looked at the 2020s, but I think I'm going to do a 2019 or a 2018 due to the fact that there's a bunch of them still left over that they have marked the prices down on.
Right. That's one, if I not to say if I'll do it, I really wanted the Hellcat. So, but the 392s now, they're there. You could get them, you could, tune them and get a lot out of them. Me personally, I would tell people to kind of stay away from a used Hellcat just because I've seen people, they soup them up, they race them, something go wrong, they put them back in the stock form and trade them in. Kind of like, I don't know if you watch Reel to Reel, he just got one.
Yeah.
That was tuned, and the supercharger was bad in it. But good thing he had bought a warranty, so they had to replace the supercharger.
Yeah, I saw the video of that, and shout out to Reel. He's definitely going to come on the show one of these days. And I think he wanted to wait till I came down to Dallas, March 7th.
Yeah, I'll be in Dallas as well.
Yeah, I remember you said that.
Yeah.
And for those that don't know, they've been sleeping on a rock, March 7th in Dallas, it's going down. Demonology Dunk Master event. The flyer's up on my channel. I'm going to post it up again, and the promo video. I'm waiting for Demonology to give me the other promo video that he has from his people, and I'm going to post that up. And also, Demonology will be back on here before the event to promote it some more. Yeah,
Dunk Master said he's going to blow the wrap off of my car.
Also, let me address something real quick. Queen B is right. YouTube does do that, so we have to kind of watch the words we use. And yeah, what up, Pony 1992? What's happening? So yeah, you have to kind of watch those things, y'all, when y'all put stuff in. You can't say the S word. You can't say this. It's a whole slew of words you can't use. And usually after my live, I have to go through and kind of delete those comments.
But
and
you know,
hope
you
that I
could
won't
go
have to do
into your YouTube settings and you could put in all the keywords. If it's said or typed, it automatically don't go in the feed. You have like your own, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to end up doing that. At first, I was like, I probably won't have to end up doing that. So my mods are in here, they taking care of that and taking them off. But I think I'm gonna have to go do that only because I don't want to be dinged for anything.
Yeah, especially with this copper thing that they're trying to push on everybody, you know. And if you use certain language, they'll no longer promote your videos. So that's what happened with one of my videos. I did a September 11th video to say I've been at war for 20 years, and you know, so some footage of me deployed and stuff like that. They actually said, "Oh, they can't, you know, you can't do that because it depicts war," and they just completely like killed that video. So I just took it off of take it off my YouTube.
Yeah, I had to do that for one video, but they sent me a warning before I even posted it. I put it through this thing that YouTube Studio has, and it just took a key word out of it, and it was a old throwback interview. They took a key word out of it, and they said, "Yeah, you can't do this." I could have cut the word out, but I was like, you know what? Let me do this. Let me just remove that video because I mean it's old. Let me just remove it and just keep it moving.
Yeah,
instead of going through the hassle.
So where are you located right now? I know you've been all over the place. You know, your security is in Atlanta. You're on Central Time, so I figure you might be in Texas.
I'm actually in Kansas City. Go Chiefs! I was actually at the parade today as well.
Kansas City, Kansas, or Kansas City, Missouri.
I'm on the Kansas side right now, but I take both sides. I claim both sides. I was at the parade today. I don't know if you got a chance to see when I first got on. I actually got on a little earlier. Yeah, Loco, home of the world champions. That's right, because Loco's here too, Kansas City. I was actually at the parade today, and I went for footage. No,
I think got the jersey on.
At first, I wasn't going to go, but I went for the footage, and had a great time. Got there. I mean, it was no hangups. Me getting there, no traffic. Me getting there because I got there almost 3 hours early, and I got a nice spot, chilled in that spot. I was actually up at the barricade on the street. So I let some people cut in front of me because I seen a flower pot behind me. They had these flower pots in front of the Sprint Center. So what I did was I stood on the flower pot when the parade started with my tripod and got everything. Okay. So I will be editing and posting that footage as soon as possible. But I got some folks that didn't get a chance, you know, to be there. But it was definitely an epic event. It definitely was crazy. I've seen some crazy things. I saw a guy that was so drunk he just couldn't hold anything at all. He was just falling all over the place. Wow. Seen a lot of people partying down there, having a great time. And it was just everybody kind of came together and they were just happy as hell to see, you know, it has been 50 years since they won and to finally win. And I was just glad to be a part of everything because I remember when the Royals won the World Series, even though it was against my Mets. But I was there for that. I was there for that to see it. I had a great time. But even this time, it was even a better time. Even though it started snowing a few times.
Today?
And it was cold, but yeah, it started snowing a few times, but it was so many people there. It stopped right before the parade started. There was so many people there, and there was so much heat giving off from everybody being there. I was warm, period. I was warm, period, because I had on so many layers of clothes, and I had my motorcycle heated suit up underneath. Okay. I didn't even have to turn it on because I was warm the whole time. I said, I'm good now. The only time I got cold was when the parade ended because everybody just walked off and all the heat just left. But other than that, had a great time. It was definitely a great time. Took a lot of photos, a lot of footage. Seen a lot of people I haven't seen down in a while. Okay. And then I got the heck on. Once the parade was done, I left. I didn't even go down to Union Station where everybody saw it on TV where they was out on the stage. So I'm not going down there. I passed by it off the interstate. You can see everybody going. You can see everybody walking. And we just saw Sea of Red down there. Everybody wearing red jerseys, red jackets, and whatnot, and people walking. And man, it was definitely a great time. Great time, great event. Shout out to the Chiefs. happy for them that they won, especially being I've done IT work for them as well.
Okay.
So, and that's how I ended up with that signed football those years ago. That's Travis Kelce.
Oh, nice.
Everybody else is gone. Yeah, I did some work for a few of the players. Rodney Hudson, he was the first one I did for. And Rodney said, you know what? I get you a ball. And what he did was he ended up grabbing a ball and got everybody to sign it just about.
Oh, that's what's up.
I actually ran into Patrick Mahomes at a gas station here, and I told him about the ball, and I said, hey, man, I got to get you to sign it, blah, blah, blah. He said, yeah. He said, well, you can get Tyreek Hill to sign it too. I said, yeah, when I see him. He said, he's right there. And I turned around. I didn't even know he was standing there. He was standing there too. So
wow.
I ended up getting him. Remind me to borrow that next time. Local, you ain't getting my ball. No. D. Brooks said, any pics of the rap? Yeah, he does have pics of it. It's on his IG as well as on his YouTube page, and he has more than pics. He has a slew of stuff about that rap, and it's man, it's a crazy rap. I love it. I loved it ever since I first saw it. Okay. I was like, man, it's something different, and I've seen a lot of cool raps. Shout out to basically, oh my God, what is his name? It just slipped my mind. Over in California,
Organic,
Mr. Organic. Yeah, shout out Mr. Organic and his rap on his vet. Sorry, y'all, I'm tired. I've been up since early with the parade and whatnot. But shout out to him. I love what he did with that rap, and also I like
he's not the first one to have done that. Metro did that a couple of years ago. A Huracan. I'm not sure if you guys know of. He's an artist out of Philly called King Saladin.
I know him because of Ami.
Okay, so King Saladin, he actually he spray painted and actually spray painted a wrap on a Lamborghini Huracan probably like 2 years now. So yeah, I spoke to him as well. He's a pretty cool guy. It's just hard to get now that he's kind of blown up. I wanted to get one of those hoodies, but good luck with that stuff.
Hey Nova, I see you up there. Hey Nova, how you doing? Loco, you said your wife ran into a Chiefs player at Beer Fest the next day after you brought a football. Oh wow, yeah, a lot of them do go to Beer Fest and whatnot here. You're right, a lot of them do. But man, no, here in Kansas City, you'll see a lot of the players out and about, and I see them all the time, especially at the mall and whatnot. And for a couple that's still there that see me when I was doing a lot of the IT stuff there. They would, if they see me, they would stop me, talk to me for a minute, and keep it moving.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, and especially Jamal Charles. I saw him today. He spotted me and pointed right at me, and they called my government name and whatnot. I was like, yeah, I see you. And the way how we became really acquainted is because his birthday, my wife's birthday, the same day, and they threw a big party for him downtown at a place down here downtown. And man, he saw me, and I was still doing a lot of work for him at the time. And I walked up to him. I said, "Yeah, man," because he waved me over. He said, "Come on in, man. Man, thank you for coming to celebrate my birthday." I said, "Man, I had to come through." I said, "It's also my wife's birthday too." He was like, "What? Man, get her a drink." And man, we had a great time. He showed us a real great time. So to see him today, and a few other players that have retired, to see them today was very, very great. Had a great time. But not about Chiefs. We ain't gonna keep talking about Chiefs. I don't want to run it. I don't want to run my people off that's on here because
do you ride motorcycles?
Yes, I do. I ride a Harley. I got a Street Glide.
Okay. I'm here down in Tampa right now because I'm headed to Miami tomorrow to see the car and stuff like that for that rap event. But we used to ride all the time. You said your heated seat, but what I really wanted to get, I want to get a Road King, but I just got to talk to the wife and let me get in a Road King. I don't think it's gonna happen, but yeah, because we had crotch rockets from back in the day when we was in North Carolina, man. But
yeah, that's how I started.
My buddy say, Harleys are a little bit different. I was trying to explain that to my wife, but
they are. It's to me, and if you need me to help you explain it, I'll help you explain it. It's totally different. Like my wife, she loves me more on that than getting on a crotch rocket.
Okay,
because I've had a crotch rocket before. I had them. And that's what used to be my thing. And then when I moved here, I was like, well, I'm going to get a cruiser. I had that M109R. Okay. And then from that, I was riding long distance on it. It was hurting my back after a while. It was a nice bike.
And
I thought I got to pick
totally.
something else more comfortable. And I got the Street Glide, and I love it. Matter of fact, I got it at Harley getting serviced right now for the spring. They came and picked it up yesterday, servicing and whatnot, and hopefully they'll be done with it by the end of the week or whatever. I get them to bring it back.
Got a radio just laid back.
Yeah, and I upgraded stereo system, everything. As a matter of fact, I need to do a video on it. Had some people hit me up, say, you need to do a video, I need to do a video on it. I'm going to do it. I'll do a video on it, walk around it and whatnot. But definitely, I'll put the cruise on, kick my feet up on the highway pegs, and I'll roll. And I don't, and to me, what I have is not a Trailer Queen. I ride that bike everywhere.
Okay.
I rode it to Omaha. I've ridden it down toward Memphis. I ride it. I ride this couple ride. I get on and I roll.
Have you been to Sturgis yet?
No, I haven't been to Sturgis. Not on that bike. I've been to Sturgis, but not with that bike. I'm planning on one of these days going. My boy Big Sale, he's going this year. He tried to talk me into going, but I had already told people I was going to the roundup in Atlanta. So I'll probably end up going to roundup in Atlanta. I've been to Daytona Bike Week. I was at Daytona Bike Week last year. I actually posted a whole series of videos that I did from when I was down there for that. I've been to
beach.
So many events. And I know one of the other events I do want to go to that I haven't been to is the one in Galveston Island in Texas. They have a whole big thing.
They do?
They have a whole big thing. I think it's in like September, October they have going on. Because I've been to Daytona twice. I've been to Daytona actually a few times for the event.
They have one at Myrtle Beach too.
I've been there too. When I used to live in South Carolina and in Atlanta, I went.
Okay.
And man, had a great time. I had a real great time. It's not the same what it used to be for Myrtle Beach Bike Week. It's not the same. It's changed a lot, but still had a good time. That was what, 2017 I went? 2017?
Oh, okay.
Because he talked me into going, yeah, let's go up there for a couple of days and come back. Well, we did. We went up for 3 days, came on back. He said Swap said Myrtle Beach was lit.
Yeah,
lit 10 years ago. Yeah, 10 years ago. Yeah, it was lit before that. It was lit during the Freaknik days, back when I was doing Freaknik.
Because I used to live in Greensboro, in North Carolina, before I joined.
Oh, yeah, I know what Greensboro is. Yeah,
me and my cousin, we live right down the street from A&T.
Oh, yeah, A&T, yeah, I know the school. I've actually been there for their homecoming. When I lived in Charlotte, somebody I was working with went for homecoming, and I decided to go with them, and we went up there for that and came right back. And, man, I had a great time. I went up there that Saturday morning, had a great time, and came on back. Man, I know I kind of got off topic.
Okay, go back on top. Ask the questions. Yeah, let's get back on.
let me get back on topic. I know everybody's like, well, I say everybody just kind of talk among one another. But man, one of these questions that kind of stuck out that came to me was this. Somebody had a question of, what type of wheels did you have on your car? Did you change your wheels from the factories?
Yeah, I have some custom-made 3-piece wheel by Triumph Forged out of California. So they're custom-made. So I have 20 by 12s on the rear with big lips without any rubbing, because he custom makes them for Mopars. So I've had about 3 or 4 different sets of wheels now, and I have a new setup coming. A drag setup for the car, so when I take it to the drag strip, I could put those wheels on it.
Man, that's what's up. What up, Catfish? Catfish just came through. I actually spoke to him today because he was concerned about my channel. He said, man, I saw your video this morning. Man, I'm glad you're back going. Yeah, Catfish, I'm glad I'm back going. What up, baby? But yeah, that was like one of the questions. Well, that you answered all 3 of his questions. He was like, with the aftermarket rims, did you change it? Did you change this? But size of that back looks wide. You already answered all of them.
Yeah, so the front is 20 by 12.
So Johnny B 26, he answered all your questions on that. Hopefully you got a chance to see it. What's up, Trice? How you doing? I already spoke to Dre already. I'm just making sure I catch everybody that's coming up in here. Definitely smash that like as you come up in, smash and stomp on that like as you come up in here.
Okay.
Wow, that's basically all the questions that they had. One guy asked this one question. He said, "You please get this question in for me." Dre628 asks, for SEMA 2020, are you going to be there?
They want my car to be there, but I already have a confirmed spot at PRI.
Okay.
So for anyone who don't know what PRI is the race industry version of SEMA. So anybody in the racing world, this is their version of, like of SEMA is PRI, and it's in Indianapolis, Indiana. But they want my car to be at SEMA this coming year as well. So now that I have the time and the freedom, I'll probably take it over there or ship it over there.
Okay. That was one of the things, because it was like, I didn't get to go to SEMA last year. I'm going this year, and that's kind of my plan to go to SEMA this year. Already put in my
if you've never been to SEMA, wear some good walking shoes. I went 5 days, and I had the exhibitor pass because of the car, so you're able to go in like an hour before everybody else go in, and I still didn't see everything.
Yeah, I plan on bringing my walking shoes. I definitely plan on that. But I got a few buddies of mine that go every year faithfully through their job, because their job is that they have to go to all those events. And my thing is, I was like, you know what? I'm definitely going to try to go this year. 2020, I think, is the year for me to go. But I haven't been. I've been talking about it and talking about it and talking about it and talking about it. And I'm like, you know what? I think it's time for me to go. I think it's time for me to try to go this year. I went on the website, filled out the stuff for it. How?
Yeah. That's AP the Beast 15. I was telling them what up. Yeah, but PRI is the race industry version. So if you're big into drag racing and all that stuff, that's where everybody go, and all the new stuff that's gonna be for the next season. They kind of unveil.
And I've actually heard of it because of John Force before he retired.
Yeah.
Him and his daughters were there.
Yeah.
So I definitely heard of it.
She's pretty fast, man. It's big and I like all kind of racing, no matter what it is. But originally, growing up in Jamaica, I got hooked on Formula One. For some strange reason, I thought like I was going to be a Formula One driver growing up as a kid. So there's this thing called Horlicks. It's like a malt tea you drink for breakfast, and it's like you drink it, you're gonna become a race car driver. That a commercial's like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be a race car driver. But
well, Swap the Stuff on here said PRI is my goal to go to this year. And also Tanisha asks, are you going to do another car?
Yes, so I have a few project cars. What I wanted to, once I finish with this, I have a few ideas. So I have a whole bunch of stuff. So I have a 1973 MG, which is a hatchback, and I was thinking of putting a Coyote in it. Yeah, so it's light. And I also, my father-in-law.
Hold on. Mr. Pony. Mr. Pony 1992. You heard what he said? He said he's thinking about putting a Coyote engine. That's up your alley right here. I saw you in here early. I know you're still in here. It's up your alley all day.
Yeah, and then my father-in-law. So, being in Florida and stuff, I always like the big wheel donks. So I a 72 Pontiac Grand Prix. I think I'm gonna do that one, put a big engine and some big wheels on it. I like that kind of stuff too. So
I mean, and yeah, you right there in Florida too.
Yeah.
So it's right by all my folks down there. Man. Ooh, man, yeah. I definitely, and I don't know if you got a chance to see, I have a 1976 Deuce and a quarter on 26s, and I'm actually doing preparing to do an LT4 swap in it.
Okay.
In the shop. And that's kind of my thing, it's not everybody's thing, but my thing is I wanted to do a big car with wheels, and I've actually done big cars already before.
Right.
And then when I was looking to do another one, I said, I'm gonna look. I was gonna look for the right one. And
are you a Regal guy?
Yeah, I like Regals too.
Yeah,
I had an 86 Regal. Oh my God, I missed that car. That car was stolen from me all these.
Yeah, I heard the story. Yeah, how they got stolen from you. That's crazy.
Yeah, man, I missed that car. And in the back of my mind, I want to do another Regal. Wife was like, "You already got too many cars," because I got a 76 Deuce and a quarter.
Oh, nice.
I got a 50 model, a 66 Chevrolet C10 truck. They bring here, and then I also have a 53 Pontiac, all original, not hurt. That they need to bring here and do as well. And she's like, by the time you have all this here, and I got a 3-car garage, it's gonna take up the whole garage. I ain't gonna be able to park nowhere. I said, you park outside.
Yeah, my wife parks outside too. She always like, I never get to. I was like, you get the house. All I want is the garage.
Exactly. I am the garage and the base. I'm in the basement right now. This is where I do all my work, everything. I mean, I give you a quick look. You see the screen?
Yeah.
This is why I chill. These are my areas of chill. I was like, you can have the rest of the house.
Yep.
Give me the basement and the garage. I'm good. And I'm good. And I'm good. I'm like, I don't need a whole lot. She's like, what about the kitchen? As long as I can get some need out of it. I know you like a kitchen, you like a bathroom, you like this, you can have all that. And that's what sold me on this house. When we got to look at how she said, you're going to like, well, I like the price. I'm trying to tell you, wait till we walk downstairs. I saw the garage. Yeah. And the first thing I did was, with the realtor, I had him measure the garage so I could make sure I deuce of the quarter park. I said, I got an old school car, deuce of the quarter. It's 19 and a half feet long. We measured it from the wall to the end part of the door, and it was 22 and a half feet. I said, ooh, I'm sold. It'll fit. So then we got downstairs, and I see what this basement looked like. I was like, oh, heck yeah. I can do this. I can do that. Yeah, okay, let's do it. So as long as I had the room in the garage and had room downstairs to do what I need to do, then that's what it was going to be. Period.
Yeah, so before, like, I also, you
know, you have everything but my garage and my money.
Yeah, so I collected sneakers. So I had sneakers, like I had a room just for sneakers, man. So I kind of like I'm giving up the sneakers and moving over.
Y'all, who would ever know Mission Fly was a sneakerhead? Who would ever known?
Yeah, I got like I sold some on GOAT recently. Like mostly, I'm just selling mostly my some of my Jordans that I have and some of the limited edition Jordans that I had. So those sold for big money. So I was like, yeah,
because if they limited edition and they hot.
Yeah, I've never worn them.
Edition, they're gonna sell quick.
I have shoes from like 2008 that I never wore. That's been in the box.
Wow. See, I'm the opposite. I'm from Southside Jamaica, Queens. So for me, it's more of the Timberlands.
Yeah,
I got a whole thing of I got Timberlands all the way from early 2000s still sitting in there because a lot of people don't know. You can take those Timberlands and take them to a boot place or do them yourself. You can re-dye and recondition them. And I met a guy here that does that. He said, yeah, I can do that. So I gave him I said, I'm bring you a set. So I brought him a set and he reconditioned them. They look back brand new. And I was going to buy another pair. And I told dude, I said, you know how old these shoes are? He said, yeah, I can tell by the tag at the inside that they're old. I said, dude, these were bought in 2001. He was like, what?
I know, because when I was in Jamaica, I lived in Philly with my dad, and then my mom lived in New York, so I always wore. So like I've had all the Tims, you know, the wheat, the ones without the thick sole. I had those expensive Tims. Remember the year they came out with like some Tims that came to like knee high and like the
they came to knee high. They had some of them that had the fur and stuff in it. Yeah, I had a pair of those.
I just found
I paid $170 for them or something like that at the time.
Yeah.
And Tim's at the time, you didn't pay that much for them then.
No, but now they're expensive.
Yeah. I mean, I look at them now and I just shake my head. I remember I used to get a pair of Tim's for $50.
Right. So the wheat, you know, they had the wheat Tim's without the thick sole. They had a little one with a smaller sole. You can get those for like, they were usually like $69. You could get those. You know, the other one with the gum soles a little bit thicker that everybody wear now. But those are cheaper. Yeah, Tim's was cheap, but now, you know, they're pretty expensive. I found a pair because I just got a box out of storage, and I went and all the soles just like crumbled off of them.
Wow. And I found them from time to time here, and it's so shocking. Like I had found a pair of Bros, and I wouldn't even look for it. I was like, why are these sitting here? And when I looked at the price underneath, I said, $29.99. This can't be right. And I was like, I didn't need them, but because they were $29.99, I bought them. This was like a few years ago. I bought them. All right, Frank, I appreciate you coming through.
APD Beast 15. I wear a 9 or a 9.5, but that's the size I have. I even have some of those adapts, the one where you put your foot in and they auto lace when you step on, you know, press the button and they auto lace, almost like the McFlys. Yeah.
I actually saw somebody with those, like something like that last week, And I was like, yo, those shoes that automatically go on. I took my kids to this jungle gym thing, and I seen this kid with them on. And I was like, he put his feet in them, just press the button. I was like, yep, that's those shoes. I said, those shoes are expensive.
I think Mean Green Customs. I work on my own cars. I do all the work myself that I can. The only thing I took it to VMP was to get tuning. But now that it's unlocked, I could, hook my computer up and stuff like that to it.
Yeah, me and Gene also said the more popular things get, the more money you have to spend. Yes, that's all it is. I remember Air Force Ones in New York. We called them Uptowns.
Yeah,
and the reason why they was called Uptowns is because people in Uptown, they wore them.
Yep.
A pair of Uptowns didn't cost you. They were the cheapest Nikes. I kid you not. When I was a little kid, they were $10.
You could get the low top ones for like $59. So, cause I used to wear them too. But the thing is, like, I used to wear them to the point where all whites. I probably wear it like 2 or 3 times before they get creased or the sole get a little bit dirty, and you just throw them away and get another pair.
Yeah, because they were so cheap.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, when they came out with stomping my Air Force Ones, next thing I know, I saw that price.
Yeah.
And not only did it just skyrocket up, they started making them in different ways, started doing this. I was like, these were the cheapest Nikes that if you couldn't afford nothing else.
Back in the day,
you couldn't afford the Barclays or the Air Maxes, so you just got those, and all of a sudden the price shot up.
Yeah.
And I still have my original pair, and my original pair actually was given to me by a guy that played for the Atlanta Hawks basketball team. He got rid of a bunch of clothes when he retired, and he said, "Man, what size?" He asked, "What size shoe you wear?" I said, "Well, I wear 13 sneaker. Here you go." And they were brand new. He gave them to me. He said, "I got to deal with Nike, so Nike gives me a bunch of them. So here you go. I'm gonna give you these. And I still have them. And they're the originals, not the remakes that they're doing now. They're the originals.
And then I had the high top one that actually had the cloth strap that strapped all the way around. It was a different color.
Wow, I remember those.
You just hang it out. You just loop it out the back of your shoe and just have it loop and just hang down in the back.
Wow. Uncle said we wore Cortez. Oh yeah, I remember the Cortez. Shoes. And those are even not cheap anymore, man.
I have a one of one sample of one of those.
Oh, what up, Sherelle? Thank you for sliding through. But
Cortez,
man.
But you
that was all the questions I had. You answered every question I had. It was also some crazy questions on here. Yeah. People, I swear, I think it's the same person. They try to holler at every dude or somebody I bring on. I'm like, man, he ain't on that. He married. He ain't trying to be. No. But one of the other questions I did have that somebody did put on here, and I answered it for them. They were asking about vacation spots in Jamaica because they're thinking about vacationing because they saw my video. But then they saw what I dropped today on my IG. I don't know if you got a chance to see it, which was basically you coming on. And it was like, well, he knows about spots in Jamaica and whatnot. What are some of the places to go visit and this and that? And I asked her, I said, hey, I told it was a lady. I said, hey, it depends on where you want to go. If you want to go to Montego Bay, if you want to go to Ocho Rios, if you want to go to Negril, you want to go here. I went down the list. Right. And she said, well, and I said, it also depends if you're going with kids. She said, well, just me and my husband. I said, oh, go to Secrets now.
So they have hedonism too.
Yeah. And then also I told her, I said, it's supposed to be a little faster to get around a lot of places because the last time I was there, they were in the process of doing the new road.
Highway. Yeah.
Yeah, the new highway coming through. Yeah. That was going to cut down on time. I said, it should be done now. It should be done now. And I said, look at a few places. I said, it all depends on where you want to go. And she said, because I don't want to do a cruise, I want to do a destination. I said, trust me, that's the best way to do it. I did a cruise one time.
All inclusive.
With the whole family. And I was mad we got Jamaica. We had to hurry up and leave. And I'm like, no, this ain't how I normally do. I normally come to Jamaica and chill. So
you could probably like with the family, I'd probably say Ocho Rios, all inclusive. You got the Duns River Fall. You could go snorkeling. You could go zip lining. There's like the Discovery Cove, Discovery Bay, all that kind of stuff. So
which I've been to those. My wife is just still mad at me because we never been to the river. She said as many times we go, we don't go because we always plan to go, but then we get there, especially after the grind and hustle of working, and then we finally get to relax. The first few days we don't do nothing. And after that, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do this. We're gonna go across the market. And we end up not doing a lot of that stuff. And I said, you know what? I ain't worried about it. We here, I'm chilling. We're gonna go downtown there, we're gonna go shopping a little bit, but I'm cool. I'm cool.
They have the the Blue Lagoon, kind of like how the beaches of the Maldives are at night. How the water glows blue. So
I said that was gonna be one of the next things we go to. And then also they built just like the Maldives, they built a whole resort like that. And my wife looked at it and said, you know what, we might do that next time. Catfish said, I never bought a pair of retro sneakers. Well, Catfish, I'm glad you never did. The thing about it is a lot of the shoes they coming up with now are retro. And some people don't know retro off.
The original.
And I had to explain to what retro is. I said, it's a remake of what already been out. It's not the originals. The originals that are out, the originals, you're going to pay some money. Like the Air Force Ones, I got them originals. I had a guy, he was a big sneakerhead. He spotted that they were original, period. I was coming through the airport, and he said, man, those are original Air Force Ones. I said, they are. He was like, you know they're worth a lot of money. He said, man, I give you $150 for them. I said, well, if you give me $150, I know they're worth more than that. He said, yeah, they're worth $300. I said, well, damn, you gonna give me $150 worth $300? I said, no, man, I'm keeping. He said, man, they clean, they all white.
Yeah.
I said, well, I use a brush and I use Ajax. Ajax. I said, yeah, Ajax Comic. I said, I mixed that together and I hit the whole shoe. I said, dude, I'm old school with it. I said, where I'm from, that's how you clean the whole shoe. You took the shoelaces out. The shoelaces soaking.
I used to wash.
You soak the whole shoe.
The hot water. Just the shoelaces. Hang them flat to dry.
Yes, that's what you did. And I ain't even a sneakerhead, but that's what you did. And I told him, that's how I got these looking so good. I've had these since new. And he's like, what? I said, they mean a lot to me. And I had to show him. I said, this is why. I said, the dude autographed the shoes before he gave them to me. So that's why I would never let him go. Okay. I said, I only wear them partially. I said, I wanted to wear them because I'm going to Miami. I wanted to wear them, to get there. OxyClean changed. Yeah, local OxyClean did change the game. Well, Mr. Fly, I definitely thank you for coming on.
Definitely thank you.
Definitely answered a lot of questions that I had and that people had on here. Man, appreciate you rocking with me. And also shout out to everybody that's rocking with me after having that issue that I had that somebody was trying to get me. But the grind don't stop. I'm on here. And Mitch Fly, like I said, once again, thank you for coming through, man.
Yeah, definitely. I'll see you in Dallas.
Oh, yeah, in Dallas. We're going to hang out. I'm actually, Loco, he's on here. He's going to.
Okay.
And we're actually going, he's flying, but I'm driving. I'm actually going that Thursday. And I really want to get down there early because I'm trying to catch it with so many folks.
Yeah.
And Catfish, he's going down. He's going to be down there too.
You riding with,
I know a few other people that confirmed that they're going. Huh?
You riding with Stunner Reese?
I know Catfish is. It depends on what time Stunner them leave. Like they have to come through here to go there. Right. And I told Catfish, and like I was telling them, I was like, look, when y'all come here, instead of going 35 to go through the tolls, you can jump off at 169 by where I live and miss all the tolls until you get to Dallas. and it's quicker. It's an hour and a half quicker going that way. They said, really? I said, yeah. 169, they made it a whole highway. It's a whole interstate, 70 miles an hour rolling all the way down. And there's no traffic. You only go through two little towns, and they built a bridge for you to go over those two little towns. So it's straight rolling all the way there. You cross over 30, you cross over 44, or 44, cross over 30. You just keep going, and it brings you right into the Dallas Loop.
Oh, wow.
That's by the airport. It brings you right in. They extended that rest of that highway that way and made it wider. And I'm like, that's the way to go to Dallas, and it cuts down on time. I said, so when y'all get here, y'all can cut through that way. I know, Loco, you'll see me at the hotel because you flying. I know. Rub it on me. I started to fly, but I was like, you know what? Nah, let me just drive. It ain't that far because it's only 7 hours. 7 hours from here.
It's 11 hours for me. I'm driving because I'm towing my car. I'm going to bring my car out there, see what it do on the track.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely going to do some things. We're going to have a good time.
Yeah, definitely.
Loco said, pick me up at the airport there. Loco, if I leave at a certain time I'm going to leave, I'll probably get there right when you land. I'll come pick you up. It's not a problem.
Okay. What car are you going to be driving?
I'm not even driving. I'm not even taking my car. I'm going to be in the truck. I'm going to be in the Escalade. I'm going to be in the Escalade rolling, the family vehicle. Rolling all the way down there. I'm going to have my camera, equipment, and whatnot, because I told Demonology, I said, look, let me get a table so I can set up and do my interviews. He said, I got you.
Oh, yeah. He's like, he set up. If you have merch, you can sell merch and everything as well. I
told him, I said, my merch might not be all the way done by then, but let me set up. And let me run my cables to it and, catch people coming in and have them sit down, talk about what they're doing, what they got, how they're enjoying themselves, and, and just put it out there. And he said, okay, yeah, you definitely got you with that.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool setup.
Yeah, and that's how I want to set it. I want to set it like that. I know I'm telling people what I'm doing, but for those that's coming down there, I will be set up at the table doing that.
But I like what you're doing with this. I mean, not a lot of people, not a lot of YouTubers are doing this, and I think it's pretty awesome. You know, you got a certain niche that you're doing, and I think it's pretty cool. And you're also at the same time introducing people to people who would never really know about them and stuff like that. Just like you giving me the opportunity to be on your channel. I really.
Uh-oh. Oh no, he cut out. Uh-oh, Mr. Fly cut out. Oh no. Hopefully he comes back, y'all. Hopefully he comes back. I know he just cut out. Yes, Queen Bee, I know you're in here. Yes, story time is coming up, Queen Bee. Story time is coming up. It is definitely coming up. I know you're here for the stories. It's coming up. Oh no, Mr. Fly got cut off. I don't know what happened. Not sure what happened. I know he'll come back in. I want to tell him goodbye before he bounce out. Okay, well, until he comes back, Queen Bee, here go your story for the day. Something went wrong. Okay, Mr. Fly, what you do is come out and come back in, and you should be able to join right back in. And you should be able to jump right back in. Period. So in the meantime, I'll go ahead, try to log back in. Okay. In the meantime, I'll go ahead and start the story. Queen Bee, I know you like to hear stories, and there's so many ways I can go with so many different stories. Driving up them packs. I guess I am. I guess the story I could tell tonight. Let's see, man. Oh man. I don't want to tell that story because it doesn't relate to anything. Okay, Queen Bee. Being you out in the West Coast, let's tell the West Coast story. Big John, what's going on? What's up? What's up? What's good? Let me go ahead and tell a story about the West Coast. Let's tell a story about the first time I met Dub C and Mac 10 doing some work, security work and whatnot. They were really cool, down to earth dudes and whatnot. You say y'all ears. I figure y'all ears for this. Really, really cool. And it was a festival that was going on, basically like a 420 festival that was going on. We working it. And they got ready to do their thing on stage and whatnot. And I never forget, for some reason, what a box, for some reason, it would be certain groupies, I want to say, that would be at a lot of these shows. And you know what? Dub C didn't want to be bothered with them. Mac 10 didn't want to be bothered. Nobody wanted to be bothered with them at all. At all. Nobody wanted to be bothered with them. And we would have to stop them. They'll have, the event staff, they'll try to stop them from coming through, but then they'll find their way around. We'll stop them coming through. And Mac was like, he was like, so damn, them girls just made it back here? I said, what girls? And I turned, and they were standing, it was like an open area, and they were just standing there, trying to get back there, trying their best to get back there. So Mac and them went and handled their thing on the stage. They went out there, and I remember the song they performed, "The Gangsters Make the World Go Round." They was out there performing that, and I'm standing on the back area. And that's for anybody that try to jump on the back part of the stage and run out. So we got our guys standing all around. These girls gonna call themselves going to try to hop over the little thing and come on. Well, Queen Bee, being you love the story time, I'm gonna direct this towards you. They call themselves gonna hop over, and when they hopped over, the girl, I don't know if she had stockings or what she had on tights with her, it got caught onto the part of the fence. And when she went right on over and was hanging upside down. And as she was hanging upside down, everything was just tearing and coming loose. And only me and a couple people could see that. But we couldn't go to where she was because it was barricades across. And we couldn't hop across those barricades to go to that fence. So I'm hitting buttons on my little thing to try to get in contact with somebody. And finally, a cop comes from across, and I'm pointing and pointing. He sees it. So I'm thinking the cop is just going to basically, help her get down and whatnot. Cop reaches out, pulls out his knife, and he cuts her whole thing. And I think it had to be tights. He cuts her whole tights because he couldn't reach it. He's standing up trying to reach it. So he just reached through part of the fence and was cutting so she would just fall over because it wasn't that long. It wasn't that big of a drop. It was just the way the fence was made. It was an awkward made fence. And sure enough, she went clean over. And when she fell over, she lost every bit of her clothes. You see all her goodies. By this time, Mac and all of them are coming off the stage. Q was looking, and Q was dying laughing because he saw the whole thing. And I remember Mac was doing his songs and whatnot, and Dub C went to do some of his songs and whatnot. And Mac came off and was like, "Yo, what the fuck going on over there?" And I had to tell him, I was like, "Yo, chick was trying to climb over, and the other chicks just left her. They was trying to help just left, and she was hanging upside down by her tights, whatever she got on. And they cut them loose, and now being they cut them loose, she can't even put them back on no more. So everything's hanging out, and she ain't got no panties, no nothing on, and everything just hanging out. Funniest thing you ever want to see. And they came wrapped up in a blanket, and they told them, like, "What was you thinking?" "I'm just trying to get over here, and I'm trying to get over there, and do that, and do this." And to me, I'm like, you trying to do that, but at the same time, you're gonna risk your life trying to do that to meet somebody that ain't trying to meet you. Message. But that's my story for tonight. So hopefully everybody has enjoyed it, has enjoyed Mr. Fly being on. Oh, he's back on the scene. I get to say goodbye to him.
Yeah, I can finish what I was saying. I was like, I appreciate what you're doing with the YouTube. I wish you the best success. I think you'll have a lot of success in it because it's not something that a lot of people are doing. And I also like the story time I like the T.I. story you told the last time. That was pretty funny. He's like,
yeah.
I would look if that was me, I wouldn't even have went home. I'd have just stayed.
Well, it was because the clothes I was wearing, I was still in my uniform for driving that transportation van, and I was like, "Let me get out of this. Let me shower," because it was hot that day. I was sweating. I didn't want to be standing up there with that on. I said, and I didn't live that far. Let me go take. And I had to take the van back. So let me take this van back. Let me get in my car. Let me go home and shower. Because I was living in College Park at the time. I said, well, the College Park East Point line right there. I said, let me leave from there and head on. And it so happened, I know I'm gonna start naming names people don't know, but people do know Cujo Goody, Big Gip, all of them. I was following them in, and they knew who I was because of Mr. East Point vet himself. Oh my God, what is his name? I can't think of his name. Cool Breeze, right out of East Point. He used to live not too far from there. So we all are kind of following one another. Big Boy's in his Cadillac. CeeLo Green is in his thing. And then we all just went in at the same time and had a ball. I mean, we had a great time. Had a great, lovely time. Man, and man, that's all I got to say. Great time. But then, definitely thanks for coming through. And I appreciate you, man, for saying that. I figured I want to do something different.
Yeah.
To bring to my channel and let people know about other people that's on here.
Yeah, definitely.
And people that I watch that I admire, and that's why I reached out to you. Like, hey man, I like what you're doing with this and this. I've been watching your channel for this long. Hey, I would like to have you on so everybody else can see it. Because even if they don't see it now, they'll see the replay.
Right. And we'll definitely get up and I'll do a video with you out there live because I don't want to steal it's not stealing, but I don't want to steal how you got the format here going, which is pretty good, man. I like it.
Yeah, well, thank you. Well, it ain't still in the format. Is when I get out there, I plan on doing that anyway. I plan on setting up, doing a few lives, doing a less of them recorded because I don't know what the signal's going to be like out there. So I said, you know what? I'll do a few lives and then the rest of them I'll do recordings for. And also waiting for Demonology to get back to me about how the power situation is going to be there. Because if the power situation ain't all the way like it's supposed to be, I'm going to have to go get a generator. But he said it should be where I can get at least one line run out to me where I can plug up. I said, all I need is one line.
Make sure you bring a long extension cord.
I'm bringing all that. I'm bringing my biggest long extension cords. I'm bringing my my jacks. I'm bringing everything. So I can go ahead and be able to do it. Queen, you're welcome. You're welcome. Box Forms, you said, have I ever done any work with Casey and JoJo? I have. I've done work with them because they're originally from North Carolina. A lot of people don't know that. And they used to do a thing in North Carolina, and I've done work for them there in Atlanta, in LA. When Jodeci was just kind of separating apart, and when they did the thing in LA, they brought everybody back on with Jodeci back on. And it was right when Casey and JoJo had came out. I think it was their second or third album they came out with. So yes, I have.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys, his subscribers. Thank you guys for having me on. Thank you, New York, for having me on our. Of course, it won't be the last time. Definitely.
Oh no, definitely won't be the last time.
More collabos and stuff like
that. You
are
welcome. The door is open whenever you want to come on. Just hit me up. Say, hey man, I want to come on your live. Hey, I'm gonna open the door and welcome you on in.
All right, appreciate that.
All right, man. Well, until then, I'll catch you later, and I'll talk to you about it. I'll see you in Dallas.
Will do. Peace.
All right. And to everybody else, thank y'all for coming through. I really thank y'all because y'all helped me keep this going. Y'all helped me to keep this whole thing going, and I'm gonna keep it going for as long as I can. Now, up for tomorrow. You don't want to miss tomorrow. Jay Malcolm will be in the place to be. I'm waiting for him to get back in touch with me to make sure we still got the same time, which we agreed on. He will be on the place tomorrow because I want to ask stuff about Big Meech. I want to ask stuff about his Camaro. Y'all already seen the promo for it. If I need to, I'll drop it again. I dropped the promo tonight for Monday's guest, which is 78 Chevy Boy. So go on IG to see that. And also, before I forget, Friday, because I'm running Friday as well, the LS Swap Guru will be in the place to be on Friday. He will be here. He's in the West Coast, so the time's going to be a little different. Definitely go back and check the promo for the time, because being I'm in a 2-hour difference than he's in, we had to kind of schedule to push it back so it'll be reasonable for him. But we'll definitely be on. Just hit your notification bell, to check it out. And then also you can check out the replay as well, because I'm not going to take it down. Until then, y'all, peace and elbow grease. Be kind of one another out there. Be safe out there. And don't let nobody stop y'all grinds, because I ain't let nobody stop mine. Until then, I'll holler at y'all. Peace.